There are two rules given in Nat5 on the formula sheet which connect the sides and angles of triangles together. One is the cosine rule, which we've already met, and the other, which we're tackling now, is the sine rule. Quite simply, it states on the formula sheet, A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Please note the top line are small letters, which we know represent the length of sides, and in the bottom line, uppercase or capital letters, which means these are the corners or vertices, in other words, sine of angle A, sine of angle B, sine of angle C. Here's how the rule works. Here's a triangle, doesn't have A, B, and C on it, that doesn't matter. And it says calculate the length of side H to 1 decimal place. So on my triangle, remember, sides, the names of sides, match with the opposite corners or the opposite angles. So here's angle H, so this is small h over here. Angle I up here, so this will be small I, side I down here. Angle J, or J if you prefer, so opposite here, side small j is my 25 meters. Step one, unlike with the cosine rule, I would suggest you do write down the rule, but with our letters on. So we've got Hij, so I'm going to write quite simply, again, small letters for sides, H over sine capital H, angle, equals I over sine angle I, equals J over sine capital J. Next step, from the triangle I'm going to take off the measurements that I know. I don't know H, I do know angle H, so I can take that. I know angle J, 76 degrees. I know small j, the side J, 25 meters. And I'm looking for a side and an angle that connect. So there's a connection there, they both have ticks on them. And although on the diagram I don't have angle I, I'm going to tick that as well, because it's easy enough for me to work out what that missing angle would be if I needed to, because I just simply say, I know the three corners of a triangle make 180 degrees. I would put together my 53 and my 76, take my answer away from 180, and that would tell me the missing bit. However, it's not required on here. I don't know the size of angle I, but I don't care about it. So I'm going to put a cross on there. H I don't know, but that's what I'm trying to find. The question said calculate H, so I'm going to put a question mark on that. So the one that I'm trying to find, I need to keep that. This one I don't know the side, and I don't care because the question doesn't ask me. And this one, gives me my connection between a side and an angle, my ratio, if you like. So I'm going to ditch the middle bit, right? So step one, mark the bits you know and the bit you're trying to find, then ditch the bit that's not relevant, that doesn't connect. I don't have a connection between the top and bottom there. So what do I have here? I will now plug in values. H, well, that's what I'm trying to find. So I was going to say side H over sine of angle H is 53 degrees. So I'll say that's sine 53 degrees equals, and I can't have three things all equal, but I've ditched the middle one. So my small j, side j is 25, and angle j, 76 degrees, so that's sine 76 degrees. Well, now it's just an equation. I want to work out what h is. I want rid of the sine 53 here, so I'll keep my h. These numbers don't swap around. Sometimes I see all sorts of weird and wonderful mixing up of these different things. Whatever this connection is here, keep it the same. So that's 25 over sine 76 degrees. And then on this side, this is divide by sine 53. I want rid of the divide, so on this side it becomes multiply by sine 53 degrees. My h stays where it is. My 25 and sine 76 stay there. 25 divided by sine 76. My divide by sine 53 on the other side becomes a multiply. Then I simply reach for my trusty calculator. H equals 25 divide by sine 76 equals, or close bracket, before I do, multiply my answer by sine 53. And I get 14 0.0, and then it's to 1 decimal place. My number after the 0 is less than 5, so my answer 14.0, and we were working in meters. Rounded off, precisely one number after the decimal point, 14.0 is my answer. Let me show you the process one more time. I'll just go through exactly the same steps. So on this question, find the length of PQ, this side here, to two significant figures. Again, I'll mark on the information I know. This is small r, opposite angle r. This would be small p, and my 16 centimeters will be small q. I'll write down my rule. Instead of with A, B, and C, which is on the formula sheet, I'll use my P, Q, and R. P over sine P equals Q over sine Q equals R over sine of angle R. Again, don't mix up your small letters and capitals. Look for the one I'm trying to find. It says find the length of PQ. PQ, that's the same as small r, so I'll put a question mark by that. I can call it side PQ because it joins point P to point Q, or I can call it small r because it's opposite there. So that's the one I'm trying to find. What are the other values that I know? Small q is 16, that's that one. Angle P is 47. Angle Q is 111, so I know that. Angle R, again, I do actually know what that is, or at least I can work it out quite easily. Okay, because on this one, if I put together the two sides that I know, and say, well, that's 111, and that's 47, so therefore, the missing corner down here, that must be 22 degrees, because 111 and 47 is 158 off my 180. This must be 22 degrees. So I do know that one. Which bit do I not care about? This, I don't know Q. There's no connection between top and bottom here because I don't know small p. Sorry, I said mean P, not Q. So therefore, that's the bit I'm going to ditch. Let's put down the bit I'm looking for. I'm going to put the R bit first. So small r over sine r, that's sine 22, I've just worked that out, equals 16, that's my small q, side q, over sine 111. Again, I want r on its own. My 16 and sine 111 do not move. They stay exactly as written. No need to change anything around there. And then the opposite of divide by sine 22, multiply by sine 22 degrees. Again, I'll reach for my calculator. 16 divide by sine 111 equals, then take my answer, multiply by sine 22 degrees. Okay, I want two figures in my answer, so precisely two figures, even if one of them is a 0, but in this case, 6.4 centimeters. Please note the question said find the length of PQ, and although I'd probably get away with it in the exam of writing small r, I should probably use what the question asked, so I will change it back and put PQ, since that's the way they asked the question, equals 6.4 centimeters. And then I'm done. How do I know if it's a sine rule or a cosine rule question? Remember, we said before, if at the end of the question you'll know all three sides, it's cosine rule. At the end of this question, I know two of the sides, not three, so cosine rule would not work. It's a sine rule question.